Hi, welcome to Unique Parenting. I am B. Moise, and today I want to have a conversation with you guys about whether or not you tell their child they have some type of neurodiversity or if they have some type of disability or whatever. Um, and I think that's an important conversation to have. I think this is something that parents mostly kind of don't know how to navigate around it or not. Like, well, if your child is neurodivergent, do you tell them? And if you do tell them, are they going to use it as an excuse for everything, or is it going to be some form of empowerment? So that's what I want to talk to you guys about. So in my family, we are very neurodivergent friendly. We are very aware of what everyone differences are and how they impact us. So we've never had to have, I guess, a official conversation about it because it's just always been spoken of. I think for me, being a parent coach for over 15 years and, having been in that world and seeing how families can take information and also how empowering it could be to children once they know who they are and how their brain is wired. I just made that choice even before I had a child, because I was doing this work before I had a child on the spectrum, that I would just never hide it. And we would always be very upfront and honest about it. And that's my personal perspective on it. Now, it doesn't have to be yours. Now, when a family asks me what should they do, I say, well, it depends. Like, if you tell a child, I'll take the classic ADHD because I have it. And my daughter has it and my son has it. So it's pretty it exists here very much so. So let's take ADHD. If you tell a child with ADHD that they have ADHD and you don't want anyone else to know, depending on the age of that child, everyone else will know because they're going to share it with everybody. Remember, lack of impulse control. So that really is how you have to look at the information. Where are you with it? Like, are you okay with everyone knowing, including the dogs, the cats, the neighbors, goldfish? Like, are you okay with that? If you are, then I think, yeah, it could be a conversation to have with your child. If you're not and you're still dealing with it, I think something we don't take into consideration is you also have to deal with whatever that thing is. So if you've been told that your child is on the spectrum, you have to also deal with that. It's not like, oh my gosh, great, but it's also, there's a lot of internal monologue that goes with, well, how do I process this? Same thing with any other type of information you've been given, you have to process it. It's best that you process it, accept it, deal with it before you come to your child with it, because you never want to come to a place of, I think you're broken and we have this. You always want to come from a place of empowerment of, so congratulations, you're on the spectrum. And because you're on the spectrum, this is how your brain works. These are the things that comes with it. These are the strengths. These are the weaknesses. These are the accommodations you may need. Of course, I'm referencing if you have a child that is verbal. And again, if it's like ADHD, so you have ADHD. This is what ADHD looks like. It's not just squirrel, because sometimes it can be that. But it's not all the time. So for the times that it is, like squirrel, you tell them like you're easily distracted when it comes to certain things. And other times you can hyper focus when it comes to certain things. You have incredible gifts and strengths. And I'm not just saying that because I have ADHD. I believe it. But also I have it, so I know. So really, when you tell your child, you also have to be ready and informed with the information to empower them, because this is what this is about. It's teaching them about their brain so that they know how to handle whatever it is that life throws at them. And they can't do that if they don't know how their brain works. So I do caution parents, you do have to tell your kid at some point, because it's just not fair. It's just not fair to them. Like, I think of our family, our neurodivergent family, as, people who need glasses. Now, I do need glasses. I do not wear them because I forget. But I see it that way. Like, you need glasses. And if you're walking through the grocery store and you cannot see what's written down the aisle and you need glasses, now you're thinking, well, what's wrong with me? I can't see the aisle. What's going on? But you're trying to figure out, but no one tells you it's because you needed glasses, or you need glasses in order to see more clearly. That's all it is. Now you know that you can equip yourself differently. Now you can go into the grocery store wearing glasses so you can see down the aisle. Now, you don't necessarily have to wear it all the time because you may not need it. I don't need my glasses to watch TV or be on the computer or write closely. I just needed to literally see down the aisles in the grocery store. So yeah, anyway, we're not going to get into that. So that's a conversation. That's how I want you to see it and understand it, is basically by letting your child know something, you're only providing more additional tools so that they can access and use, because they won't always be around you and they won't always be with you. And if you yourself is neurodivergent and are afraid of, well, I didn't need this and I didn't need that, but I think of just look how freeing it would have been for you to know the information you would have had and the accommodations you could have had access to. So to me, information is power. So by telling your child that they are neurodivergent, they are on the spectrum, they do have anxiety, they do have ADHD, they do have dyslexia, whatever it may be, whatever unique way that their brain is wired, is only going to empower them. It's only going to give them more information. Some children may use it initially as like, well, I have this, so I can, and I have this, and I can't. That's okay. Like, that's okay. That's what kids are supposed to do. You now have given them more information. That doesn't mean they're going to spend their whole life using it that way. It's just new, and it's okay if they use it that way. So don't be too concerned or worried that they're thinking about it in a way of an excuse, because it is an explanation with how the wiring of their brain is. So they need to know, right? But again, you also have to be ready with them knowing and also them telling everybody. So, first gain the information, learn as much as you can, watch my videos, and whatever you are receiving, whatever you've been told, I'm sure I have a video on it, gain more information on it, and then tell them. Or when you're preparing to tell them, just gain information. Learn about it. So you're coming from a place of empowerment, and you're coming from a place of this is what it is, as opposed to we don't know and this is the end, because it's not. They're awesome. You're awesome. Your kid's going to do great. And I know that because you're looking at a product of one. So my book is coming up on its 1-year anniversary, and it's going to be available in hardcover. And can you guys see that? So go ahead, go on Amazon, pick up a copy of our neurodivergent journey, because if you are struggling and dealing with a new information on your child's brain wiring, because I won't say it's, a bad thing, because it's not to me. I have written so many things about my journey with my son on the spectrum, and just basically with ADHD and autism and everything else that we've dealt with. So in the meantime, pick up my book. But in the meantime, I want you all to enjoy your unique parenting journey with your unique child.